Snow falls silently, cloaking the Stahlbaum house in a pristine white blanket under the dark Christmas Eve sky. Warm, inviting light spills from the windows, painting a golden glow on the snow-covered ground. Carriages arrive in a steady stream, their horses puffing clouds of frosty breath into the night. Families adorned in furs and festive attire emerge, their faces alight with holiday cheer and excitement. The air vibrates with anticipation, hinting at the magical Christmas Eve celebration about to unfold within the welcoming walls of the Stahlbaum house. The grand hall is alive with elegantly dressed guests, their laughter ringing through the expansive space. And amidst the throng, Marie and her siblings fidget with barely contained excitement, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. A towering Christmas tree dominates the scene, its flickering candles casting a warm glow over the shimmering ornaments. The tree stands as a beacon of festive cheer, commanding the attention of all present in the grand hall. The grand hall buzzes with the excited chatter of children, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. Marie and her siblings gather around a table, overflowing with beautifully wrapped gifts, a kaleidoscope of colors and ribbons. Drosselmeyer, with his eccentric charm and twinkling eyes, steps forward, a showman ready to unveil a spectacle. He presents a clockwork castle, its gears whirring softly, a momentary marvel that captures the children's fleeting attention. In the grand hall of the Stahlbaum house, Mary's eyes sparkle with delight as she notices a nutcracker amidst the presents. She tugs at her father's sleeve, her voice filled with curiosity. "Papa, what's this?" Mr. Stahlbaum presents the Nutcracker. "That, my dear, is a nutcracker. He belongs to all of us. But you shall be his special caretaker." Fritz, in his usual rambunctious manner, seizes the nutcracker and attempts to crack a tough nut, resulting in a sickening crack as the nutcracker's jaw breaks. In the grand hall of the Stahlbaum house, a palpable upset hangs in the air as Marie tends to the injured nutcracker. With gentle fingers, she unwinds a ribbon from her dress, its silken texture a stark contrast to the rough wood of the nutcracker. The ribbon becomes a makeshift bandage, carefully wrapped around the nutcracker's form. Whispered promises escape her lips, a vow to protect the wooden figure. An inexplicable connection blooms within Marie's chest, a strange and tender bond forming between girl and toy. In the quiet of the hall, a silent understanding passes between Marie and the nutcracker, a promise of care and companionship. The remnants of the festive party linger in the air of Marie's bedroom, a sweet echo of laughter and joy. Marie, eyes still sparkling with excitement, gently places the nutcracker near the toy cabinet, a silent promise of further adventures. The grandfather clock chimes, its sound resonating softly through the room, marking the passage of time and the beginning of dreams. Her gaze drifts upwards, lost in a world of fantasy and wonder. In her imagination, Drosselmeyer perches atop the clock, a mischievous twinkle in his eye, the puppet master of her dreams. From the shadows beneath the floorboards, a horrifying tide of mice surges forth, their beady eyes glinting hungrily. Within the ornate toy cabinet, a silent awakening stirs as the doll's painted eyes flicker with newfound life. At the forefront of the toy rank stands the Nutcracker, no longer just wood, but a warrior imbued with courage. He stands poised, ready to lead his fellow toys into the desperate battle against the encroaching darkness. Marie's bedroom transforms into a fierce battlefield as toy soldiers clash against a relentless tide of mice. The mice surge, threatening to overwhelm the Nutcracker as Marie watches in wide-eyed horror. In a desperate, impulsive act, Marie hurls her slipper, aiming for the dreaded Mouse King. The sound of shattering glass pierces the chaos. A narration recounts as Marie cries out. Clutching her arm in pain, Marie collapses amidst the swirling conflict. She has cut herself on the glass door of the toy cabinet, the narration explains, revealing the source of Marie's sudden agony. Sunlight floods Marie's bedroom, casting a warm glow over her sleeping form. Marie awakens, her eyes fluttering open, a bandage prominent on her arm. Disoriented, she looks around the room, a sense of confusion clouding her features. She calls out, her voice filled with a desperate urgency. "Mama! Papa!" Determination hardens her gaze as she resolves, "I have to tell them about the battle." A silent plea lingers in her eyes, a desperate need to share the truth of her experience. Days later, in Marie's bedroom, a sense of quiet anticipation hangs in the air. Drosselmeyer enters, the repaired Nutcracker held carefully in his hands. His eyes crinkle with warmth as he approaches Marie, a gentle smile gracing his lips. He extends the Nutcracker towards her, a silent offering of comfort and wonder. "Marie, I have a story for you," Drosselmeyer begins, his voice soft and inviting. "It's about Princess Pirlipat and Madame Mouserings. It explains where nutcrackers come from," he says, hinting at the enchanting tale about to unfold. Sunlight paints the room in a warm glow as Drosselmeyer sits at Marie's bedside, his face a canvas of untold stories. His voice, a gentle rumble, begins to weave a tale. Long ago, there lived a beautiful princess named Pirlipat. Her mother, the queen, was known throughout the land for her exquisite sausages. But what no one knew was that Madame Mouserings, the queen of the mice, had a terrible craving for sausage crust. The king's court inventor, a skilled clockmaker, devised a mechanical trap to ensnare Madame Mouserings' sons. Madame Mouserings, witnessing the demise of her children, swore vengeance upon Pirlipat. And so, Madame Mouserings cast a curse upon the Princess Pirlipat, transforming her into a creature of ugliness. A creature only a nutcracker could break the spell of. In the soft glow of Marie's bedside lamp, Drosselmeyer sits, his face animated as he begins the tale. His voice, a theatrical wave, paints brave adventurers and treacherous landscapes, all in pursuit of the legendary Krakatuk. He speaks of prophecy and reward, detailing the grim fates of those who dared to fail. The narrative builds, a crescendo announcing the arrival of his determined nephew. With a mighty crack, the elusive nut yields, its shell broken at last. But triumph turns to tragedy as a dark curse descends, shrouding the young hero in shadow. In the dim light of her bedroom, Marie lies in bed, the bandage marking her injury a stark white against the shadows. Her eyes, wide with a primal fear, dart around the room, straining to pierce the darkness. "Unless you give me your sweets and dolls," the Mouse King's voice booms, a chilling threat hanging in the air. Her grip tightens on the bedsheets as the disembodied voice continues its dark promise. "I will bite the Nutcracker," the Mouse King warns, each word a dagger aimed at Marie's heart. Marie stands amidst her dolls and sweets, a shadow of despair darkening her face. The grotesque Mouse King looms large, his red eyes burning into Marie with menacing intent. "More! I demand more!" the Mouse King snarls, his whiskers twitching with insatiable greed. The Nutcracker stands resolutely beside Marie, his wooden features carved with unwavering determination. "I can defeat the Mouse King," the Nutcracker declares, his voice firm amidst the looming threat. "But I need a sword," he adds, a plea for aid hanging in the tense, sweet-scented air. In Marie's bedroom, Fritz presents her with a miniature sword. The tiny blade, pilfered from one of his toy soldiers, gleams under the soft light. Marie watches, a smile playing on her lips, as the Nutcracker is armed for a silent, unseen war. The Nutcracker stands poised, ready to defend against shadows and dreams. In the dim light of Marie's bedroom, the Nutcracker materializes, a figure of silent promise. He holds aloft the Mouse King's 7 crowns, their surfaces gleaming with subdued triumph. With a gentle gesture, he directs Marie's attention towards her father's coat, hanging silently on a nearby chair. A flourish of his hand reveals the secret, unspoken promise. Their passage to the doll kingdom lies hidden within the coat's sleeve. The fabric of the coat seems to shimmer, hinting at the magical portal it conceals. Marie and the Nutcracker step into the doll kingdom, where magic paints every corner with vibrant wonder. A forest of spun sugar rises around them, its trees sparkling like crystallized dreams under the soft light. The air is filled with the sweet, citrusy scent of a lemonade river, its current gently flowing through the candy landscape. In the distance, a majestic gingerbread castle looms, its walls adorned with candy canes and gumdrop turrets. The journey spirals into the surreal, a dizzying ascent through dreamscapes, a sense of rising higher and higher, further away from reality. The illusion shatters, a sudden disorienting fall. Back in the mundane reality of my bed, the remnants of the dream linger. In the soft morning light of her bedroom, Marie stirs, her eyes fluttering open with a lingering dream. "Mother, I must tell you about the doll kingdom," Marie exclaims, her voice bubbling with excitement. She holds up 7 small crowns, her eyes shining with conviction. "These are the 7 crowns. They're real, I promise." Her mother responds with a dismissive wave, her tone laced with gentle disbelief. "Marie, darling, those are just trinkets." The mother's expression hardens slightly, dismissing Marie's wonder. "You had a vivid dream, that's all." Now, no more talk of these dreams. The mother's final words hang in the air, a firm decree silencing the magic. "I forbid you to speak of this nonsense again. It's not proper." In the Stahlbaum living room, Marie sits amidst a sea of toys, her gaze fixed on the towering toy cabinet. Shelves overflow with dolls, soldiers, and miniature landscapes. A child's wonderland contained within wooden walls. Nearby, Drosselmeyer hunches over his workbench, a silhouette of concentration amid scattered tools and clockwork. His brow is furrowed as he meticulously tinkers with the inner workings of a grandfather clock, lost in its intricate mechanics. Marie's voice cuts through the air, soft yet firm, filled with a child's innocent vow. "Oh, Nutcracker, if you were real, I would love you no matter what you look like," she says, her eyes reflecting a world of dreams and unwavering affection. A sudden, sharp bang shatters the festive atmosphere in the Stahlbaum living room. Marie slumps silently in her chair, then slides to the floor, swallowed by shadow. Panic flares across her mother's face as she rushes into the room, her eyes wide with horror. Her voice trembling, she gasps, "Drosselmeyer's nephew has arrived from Nuremberg." Inside the Stahlbaum house's living room, warmth radiates from the crackling fireplace, casting dancing shadows on the festive decorations. Drosselmeyer's nephew strides into the room, his youthful energy a stark contrast to the room's traditional elegance. His gaze sweeps across the room, a subtle curiosity hinting at his observant nature. A warm smile blossoms on his face as his eyes land on Marie, a spark of recognition igniting in his gaze. The room seems to hold its breath, the air thick with anticipation as their eyes meet across the crowded space. In the softly lit living room of the Stahlbaum house, warmth radiates from the joyful reunion between Marie and her nephew. Hope shines brightly in the nephew's eyes as he gazes at Marie, a pivotal moment hanging in the air. "Marie, you broke the curse by vowing to love me," he declares, his voice filled with emotion. A profound question hangs in the balance, the room hushed with anticipation. He takes a breath, his heart laid bare before her. "Will you marry me?" Marie's reaction is the only thing that matters now. In the Stahlbaum living room, Marie's face lights up with a radiant smile as she accepts the proposal. Her joyful acceptance fills the room with a palpable sense of happiness. Her parents look on, their faces etched with a mixture of astonishment and delight. Their surprise slowly melts into beaming smiles, mirroring Marie's elation. The room is filled with unspoken approval and a shared sense of joyous anticipation. 1 year later, the Doll Kingdom's throne room is alive with vibrant joy and pure magic. Marie is crowned queen, her face radiant with destiny and delight. Beside her, stands the Nutcracker, transformed into a handsome prince, a testament to their enduring love. Their union is celebrated by every doll in the kingdom, a symphony of happiness echoing through the enchanted halls. The kingdom rejoices, their future bright under the reign of their beloved Queen Marie and her prince.